Oh, here, let's go in the chat. Let's laugh at Hussam being late yesterday. Guys, I made a mistake in it. Listen, Hamza monologues were coming and I had to sleep. There is no music, LB. You get me? Shout out, it's LB in the chat. There's no music. This is not Footy Judgmo channel. No devil's advocate around here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. My midfielder's McAllister, you get me? Not like Mkhitaryan in 2024. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Please do make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Do make sure you guys are subscribing, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay. I know you guys love this type of show. So you guys, a lot of you guys are watching this on the replay. So as you start watching the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to This is Football. The road to 27K continues. Of course, the target and the aim is to hit 30K before the end of the year. So we continue on the path to 30K. As you're walking in, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Make sure you guys are sharing the video everywhere. Thank you to every single one of the guys who has supported us via super chats. The start of this month has been absolutely electric. I appreciate and love every single one of you guys. And look, with the channel growing, guys, with the channel, you know, getting to next levels, we have the opportunity to invite more and more celebrities on the stream. Today, we have two massive celebrities joining us on This is Football. He actually just left City's training, and this is the reason why he's late. Kevin De Bruyne is joining us on today's stream. Man like LB is in the building. How you doing, LB, man?
Bro, you got some pull, man. Being able to get me, Kevin De Bruyne, on the channel. You know what I mean? We got a match tonight as well. So big up Hussam for the pull. It's pretty wild. But yeah, I'm happy to be here as always, guys. Smash the likes, subscribe to my channel as well. It's LB, and yeah, man, happy to be here.
Link in the description. Let's go. Big up, LB. And as well, he actually just left Liverpool training. Can everyone please spam the Dutch flags in the chat? El Capitan is here, ladies and gentlemen. The Liverpool captain has taken time off from his busy schedule to join us on This is Football. Virgil van Vape, aka Virgil van Dijk, is in the building. Man like Northside. How you doing, Northside, brother? You're on mute. You're on mute, Northside. You're on mute.
Sorry. I had the vape in the hand. Sorry about that. But yeah, listen, big up for having me on. You know what I mean? Big up to everyone. And yeah, man, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
Big up to you. You're never going to shake off that Virgil van Dijk thing. But as I always tell you, at least it's a good player, you know? It's not like you're getting compared to a bad player, to be fair. So, you know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Anyway, yes, please do subscribe to both LB and Northside's channel. Both links are in the description because I know you guys are a bunch of lazy bastards. It's LB, Northside, LDN. Wallah, it's not difficult. Just go subscribe. You get me. Northside, you see me in his chat as well a lot of the times, even though he hasn't made me mod, the fraud, but you can see me in his chat as well a lot of the times when he's doing streams. So make sure, guys, go subscribe to Northside and LB. And, you know, by the way, you know, certain people only invite Northside on after losses. I invite him on after wins. This is the fourth stream he's done with me after a win. I'm just saying, you know, he's out here representing his club after a win. So you only get this on This is Football. So like, subscribe. So speaking of after wins, Northside, my brother, there's only one place to start. You get me? There's a certain team who slapped Sheffield by 6-0. I don't watch along because I'm dumb sometimes. So I don't watch along. And we were there. We turned the whole second half into a quiz show. We start doing quizzes and we start doing shit like that because Arsenal just had the game wrapped up early. So talk to me about the Arsenal performances, my brother. What do you make of them? What do you make of the Sheffield game, just Arsenal in general?
Listen, when we're going to talk about the game, there's a lot to praise. And before I get into the rest of how I feel about overall Arsenal, I think everybody performed really, really well. Kai Havertz, I've wanted him to do a lot more and be a lot more effective in the final third and actually contribute a lot more instead of just getting XG. And I think in this game, one of his best performances, his link-up play, his passing, his runs in the box, not falling all over the floor. I think he took his goal really, really well. Very impressed with Kai Havertz in this game. And so should it be, because when you cost big money, you need to perform. And everything that he was getting before was justified. But in this game, when you play well, it's also justified to give the player praise. And even though I don't ultimately rate the player, I think he played very, very well. The things I wanted from him, he did in this game. So big up to Kai Havertz. Very good link up play and running and his intensity and getting into good spaces. And yeah, there was nothing that I was really annoyed with Kai Havertz. Big up to Kai Havertz for that performance. Saka as well. Something I've wanted from Saka was also to take.
I never thought I'd see the day, but I'm here for it. I never thought I'd see the day when they're giving Havertz prop ever.
Bro, if a player plays well, it'd be delusional not to say the player didn't play well. You know, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden you rate the player. I'm not saying overall I love Kai Havertz. I think when you're the third highest footballer that we've paid for at Arsenal and you're on the highest wage, there's a lot to be expected. Arsenal fans are very quick to call out other teams that have big players on big wages like Anthony, and if they don't perform, they call them a flop. You know, if Rasmus Haaland doesn't bang, they'll call him a flop. You know, so at the end of the day, Chelsea spent £1 billion and they're quick to call their players flops. So we have to keep the same energy with Arsenal. The energy can't shift. And at the end of the day, he's come with for big money. I expect big performances. So listen, he performed against Sheffield United. Big up. You performed well. Saka, I've been asking Saka to take on the fullback. I think he absolutely cooked the Sheffield left back. He was way more direct, not always dependent on the link-up play with Odegaard, but also asking questions of the defender. Very good. Martinelli, I've been calling for him to make decisions a lot faster in the final third. A lot of times he gets into the box and he kind of differs whether to pass the ball or have a shot. I think his decision-making was excellent against Sheffield United. Odegaard, another player that I've said at times goes missing in games, sometimes has a good 45 minutes and doesn't have a good 90 minutes, and is a player that can play well one game and not the other. I think this game he was absolutely excellent. I think he was my man of the match. I think he was instrumental to everything we did going forward. And I think his link-up play, the way he was releasing the ball, the weight of pass, the way he was reading the game, he was just a lot faster in his decision-making. And big up to Odegaard. Also, the way he took his goal, one touch, and he banged it straight away. This is what I've been asking from Odegaard. Declan Rice, excellent. Making late runs into the box, making the defenders think twice. Do they stay with
He's
Havertz?
been signing of the season. He really has been signing of the season, even with the price tag. 100% he has been.
So I'm saying excellent again from Declan Rice. I think his late runs in the box always give us another option and they give the opposition something to think about. I mean, Xhaka used to do that last season and Rice is bringing that to the team when he's playing. So listen, big up to Declan Rice, man. I think he's been probably one of our most consistent players this season. And it's another great performance from Declan Rice. Jorginho as well. Great distribution. Great distribution. He literally gave it to Kai Havertz on a plate. Kai Havertz really should have had a brace. Kai Havertz was unable to control the ball. If he could control the ball, he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And the distribution from Jorginho from deep is absolutely excellent. And big up to the manager, because when you got Odegaard that in the final third can play that killer pass, that gives us creativity in the final third. But you also got Jorginho that when we're trying to spring a counter attack, he's absolutely perfect at pinging the ball from deep. Absolutely instrumental, and that makes us less predictable. You know, I used to say that with Arsenal, the only the biggest creative player was probably Odegaard. And like Liverpool with Trent, if you nullify Odegaard, you nullify basically 95% of our creativity. Now that you got Jorginho, he offers something different. That even if you nullify Jorginho, you've got Odegaard, and if you nullify Odegaard, you've got Jorginho. So big up to the manager. That's what I wanted to see. Kivior as well has been excellent. You know,
he's been cooking. He's been such a shock. He's been such a shock. The fact he's been cooking this much, like he's actually been balling out as well. Kivior.
Kivior's been excellent. Listen, I still need to see a whole season before I change my mind on Kivior because I don't forget how his shocking performance against Luton. But of recently, he's definitely been performing really, really well. And what surprise? You don't get a plumber to do a mechanic's job. When you actually put a defender playing as a left back, you get better results. All of a sudden, we're a lot stronger on the left-hand side now that we got a defender instead of a versatile Zinchenko. So big up to Kivior. And even when he goes forward, I mean, Saka has Ben White that overlaps on the right-hand side. Martinelli hasn't had that kind of support. Zinchenko always likes to go inverted, which is effective for us having a body in the midfield, but doesn't help Martinelli if he's doubled up on. Kivior goes forward at times, but he plays within his limits. He still gets back and defends. He doesn't, switch off on his defensive duties, and he's not getting cooked on one-on-ones, which is something that Zinchenko did. So big up to Kivior. I think our centre-backs as well have been absolutely excellent. Ben White as well, excellent. Even when he goes inverted, even when he overlaps Saka. And listen, there was nothing for me to complain about, you know what I mean, in that performance. But if you're going to ask to me about Arsenal as a whole, yes, we're playing very, very well. But in this whole run, what team has nullified the way that we play football? And this is my problem with Arteta, that when a team sets up a low block and starts doing the dark arts like Porto, this manager doesn't have a plan B. There's no top gooner that can tell me what is the plan against teams like Porto. There is no plan. There is no plan. If a team sits back and can defend properly, I'm not talking about defending the way Newcastle was defending or the way West Ham was defending. I'm talking about set up properly to nullify us. All of a sudden, we look shaky. We have a team that have very good players, but they're system players. They're system players. They perform as long as the system is performing. When you nullify the system, nobody steps up. Against Porto, nobody stepped up because we don't have individuals like that. They're as good as the system. And that is the problem. We still don't know what the plan B is. This manager only made one substitution against Porto. Now, Arsenal fans may say, oh, you're complaining. This is the reality about it. This manager hasn't shown me that he can consistently break down low blocks and that he has a plan B. He looked completely lost against Porto. And we got to go back to Porto. And I don't see any reason why Porto are going to open up because they're 1-0 up.
Oh, they definitely won't. They're not
going to open up. So what's going to be the option? Because the bench, we've been winning games despite of the bench, not because of the defense of the bench. This bench has not been the reason why we beat Burnley, Newcastle, when we're blitzing Sheffield United. They're not contributing anything. And this is the two things that, well, there's three things that I still am skeptical when it comes to Arsenal. How does this manager and these players react when they come against low block and the dark arts? Has the mentality of my football club actually changed when the real pressure is on? Because a lot of Arsenal fans saying, oh, we love being the chasers. Well, it gets to a point in the season where you can't escape pressure. 6-7 games to go to win the league. There's pressure. There's major pressure now. You have to perform. You can't continue to move the pressure away from this manager and these players. And thirdly, this bench is ineffective. This bench doesn't give you any options. And if you don't believe me, why didn't this manager use the bench when we were only 1-0 down against Porto? He only brought on Jorginho in the 70-odd minute. So these are still questions that need answering. And these are still things that, for me, keep me, I'm not too sure. I believe
not yet fully believing. I do want to ask you one question, though, because there is a question that, everyone went from Arsenal don't really score that many goals to Arsenal scoring 5 past Palace, 6 past West Ham, 5 past Burnley, 4 past Newcastle, and 6 past Sheffield. What switched for Arsenal to just start banging in goals in the last 5-6 games? Like, what happened for Arsenal to just suddenly start scoring goals? Because I didn't see this coming. No one saw this coming. No one saw Arsenal scoring 5-6 goals, 4 goals every game over the last 5-6 games. So what happened to kind of trigger this out of the Arsenal team?
Bro, we've always shown this. We've shown this last season. You let us play football, we'll blitz you. We did this last season. There is no difference. But when you come up against a team that knows how to defend properly and is not going to allow Odegaard to spring counter-attacks, is going to rough up Jorginho, is going to put 2 man on Saka, is going to rough up Jesus, is not going to give Martinelli any space, what's the answer? And this is the thing with all the comments, yeah? They always say, oh, you don't know nothing. Oh, we've picked up points. You're still not answering my question. What is the solution from this manager that you've seen as to how we break down a low block or a mid block? It doesn't matter which one you're referring to. How do we break it down? Because at the end of the day, we still got games like Aston Villa that are not going to open up, and they've beaten us this season 1-0. They're not going to open up and hit us on the transition. We still got Man United that until they opened up against Man City were finding it very difficult to break them down because Man United genuinely was not even trying to attack. We're going to come up against oppositions that are going to be set up like that. What is the answer? And that is when I question this manager. It's all we always got loads of goals when you're allowing us space and we've got space to attack and Odegaard isn't getting pressed and you're allowing Saka to have space and you're allowing our front three to have space. But at the same time, what happens when they don't have that? What is the answer? Because I haven't seen this manager change formation in those situations. And the personnel are very like for like. And he's got a bench that he doesn't really rate. A bench that a lot of Arsenal fans were saying, let's get rid of the majority of this bench to go and get a striker. So they don't rate the bench either. A bench that they
I think in the next the next 5, okay, forget Brentford. I think it's fair to say you're expected to beat Brentford. I think in the next 5 games after that, Chelsea at home, City away, you can ignore Luton, but they're just part of the run-in. Brighton away and Villa at home. That's going to be very key for where Arsenal end up. Because obviously you're not going to score 6-5-4 past these clubs. These are stronger, tougher clubs than the one you've come up against. I think you could obviously beat Luton by 4 or 5 goals at home, 100%. But the rest of them, I think, are a bit more tougher opposition. Before we get LB's opinion, big up to JJ who says, big up Hussam. Am I hearing Northside positive or is it a pigment of my imagination? Big up you all. And you lot watching Smash the Bloody Like. You damn right, everyone watching Smash the Bloody Like. We always have 400 people in here. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP. Minimum 200 likes. Meet me at halfway line. You get me? You guys, listen. We need to move like the Arsenal front line. Can't be moving like Haaland in front of goal against Man United. Hit the like button. Subscribe to This Is Football if you're ready to do so right here, right now. Let it go, LB. Big up to you, JJ. He is being positive because the club is giving him a reason to be positive. This is normal, but these next 10 games, the next 10 cup finals, we will see what happens. We will see what happens, JJ. Big up to Toney who sent in double super chats. I appreciate you, Toney. He says, the Porto team played a mid-block. Every game we've played so far this year, besides Liverpool, has been a low block. There's a slight difference, but you're right. Arteta now needs to change for the Champions League. Before even Northside says his piece on this, I'll tell you this right now. If you guys are complaining about low blocks, what Porto is about to do at the Emirates is going to be the most disgusting football you have seen your whole life. I'm telling you, if you thought it's going to be mid-low block together, it's going to be something. I think they're actually going to play 10-0-1. It's going to be right back, right wing back type shit. So you better be ready to unlock the shit out of a park train in front of the Porto goal. Please don't think Porto are going to come to the Emirates with any intention of playing football. They have zero intentions of playing football at the Emirates. I'm warning you all right now. So get ready mentally for that, because I saw that for 5-6 years. LB's been experiencing that over the last 5-6 years. Teams are just going to try to defend and employ every dark art possible. So Porto are going to try to do that 100% at the Emirates. And then just before Northside, I don't know if he wants to respond to this, he comes back and says, for the Champions League, we need a striker. Look at City. They needed Haaland to go for the Champions League. He was vital to the build-up to the final few games. Gyökeres, please.
How many games has this guy seen from Gyökeres? Because I saw him against Benfica, as I am also a Benfica fan. That's my family team. I don't think he's worth the money that they're going to want from him. Portuguese teams don't sell at half price. Everything's premium. Bruno Fernandes premium. Renato Sanchez premium. Ruben Diaz premium. Everyone premium that comes out of there. That's how they make their money. So for the money that he's going for, I don't think he's worth that money. He scored 18 goals in 20 odd appearances in the Portuguese league. We've seen how Darwin Nunez has taken a while to adjust. Yeah, and I wouldn't even say that he's clinical, even though he did very, very well in your last game. I wouldn't say he's clinical. It's a big jump going from the Portuguese league to the Premier League. So for the money that you're going to pay for him, even when Sporting were all over Benfica and were absolutely sourcing, Gyökeres should have had a brace. He only scored 1 goal. Listen, if man want Gyökeres, cool. From what I've actually seen of him, because I actually do watch the Portuguese league, good player in the Portuguese league. Don't know if he can convert those numbers to the Premier League. And we don't need an option. We need an absolute killer. That's the problem. We've got options. We've got Havertz. We've got Jesus. We've got Nketiah. We need a gunman.
I hear you. I agree with that. By the way, they will sell at a premium. 100%. Enigma says, Arsenal this and that. Don't believe you, sad man. Guys, okay. Listen, Northside is pretending to be an Arsenal fan. He secretly supports Coventry City. You get it. Everyone happy now. He's just doing this for the views, blah, blah, blah. We've heard all that shit before. Enigma, if you want to insult Northside, can you at least be a bit more original with it? That's all I want. Give us something new to work with. We don't believe you. He's a fake fan, He supports Coventry. He's just pretending for YouTube. Guys, wallahi, have some shame. All of this just because he said the bench is weak. It is weak, Habibi. You have Elneny, you have all these random guys that you wouldn't trust in any running game. So, it ain't. There's nothing saying nothing he's saying is crazy. And final super chat before we hear LB's opinion on Arsenal. That's fair. I've seen a few games. Not many. I won't. He looks decent. I think he means, not many. I won't be. Yes. So he just says he watched Gyökeres a little bit. He looks decent, but the money's too much. I wouldn't want him. Who would you want? Is what Tony's asking.
I would want Ivan Toney. I think our best players as of recent have come from recruitment in the Premier League. When you're looking at Declan Rice, you're looking at Jesus, Zinchenko, I think, would be way more effective playing in the midfield like he does for his nation. I think when you look at the players that we bought from abroad, a lot of them haven't worked. Yes, you can say Gabriel. Yeah, you can say one or two, but Nuntavad hasn't worked out. Lokonga hasn't worked out. Fabi Vieira hasn't worked out. Trusty hasn't worked out. Renison didn't work out. Cedric hasn't worked out. So, we bought Pepe for a lot of money. He was from abroad. He didn't work out. So a lot of our recruitment from abroad hasn't been that great. I'd prefer and do what Man United used to do. Get the best from the rest, of the Premier League. Obviously it'll be harder to get out of the big six or the big four, whatever you want to call them. But the rest of them, why not? So at the end of the day, if you get Ivan Toney, he doesn't have to adjust to the Premier League. He just has to adjust to the way that we play football. If you get this other player, you don't know how he's going to perform in the Premier League. We've seen big talents like Shevchenko come into the Premier League and not be able to do it in this league. So there's no guarantee, So
I actually agree with that, by the way. Even if we wanted a striker, I want us to go for Toney. The problem is now clubs, Northside, just look at like players' ages and shit, and it's because he's 28, so they try to squeeze the shit out of that lemon. But the one thing I will say is Brentford are taking the this is the thing I was literally about to say it. Big up to you, Toney, as well. Love for the support today. I'll be real with you. This is the problem. Brentford are taking the piss with the price tag. We can't lie. They are. Like, asking for 100 million is still too much. Like, that's a shitload of money to pay for Ivan Toney. For 100 million, I'm expecting more like Harry Kane quality. Lewandowski.
Harry Kane's not out there though, Hassan. This is the problem. Like this is why these clubs have the power. The clubs have the power these days. They don't need, because the thing is, right, everyone always talks about like money inflation in football, yeah, and blames it on the big clubs. It's actually nothing to do with the big clubs. It's the fact that the smaller clubs, they don't need 40 million quid. Brentford don't need 40 million pounds. They're getting fucking 200 million pound a year from the Premier League or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Then they've got all the sponsors coming in. What's 40 million? So Ivan Toney we probably agree 50, 60 million quid, maybe 70, yeah, at a push. Do they really need 40, 50 million quid, Brentford? No, it's not going to make a little bit of difference to them because they don't need the money. They're not desperate for the money. So for them, they're like, well, if we're going to sell the player, and also given the fact that there is no one else really out there other than Osimhen, and the proof that no one else is out there is the fact that both of you guys who are in a title race want Ivan Toney as your striker. Yeah, that kind of tells us that there's no one else out there. The fact that Man United bought Rasmus Højlund shows that there's no one else out there. So, there's two ways you go about it. You go and get someone like an Ivan Toney, who's a decent striker. Yeah, he's nothing, I wouldn't say he's anything special. He's all right. Or you take a massive risk and go and get someone kind of unknown, a bit like United did with Højlund. You're still going to be paying a lot of money and then just hope and pray that they come off. Now, if they don't come off, people are going to be asking, why don't you just go and get Ivan Toney? He was Premier League proven. But do you want to spend 100 million quid on Ivan Toney? So listen, I think like your two clubs are in a different, and anyone who needs a striker is in a difficult position because they're just the players. I said this for years.
They don't exist anymore, basically.
There's a massive talent drain in football. There's a massive talent drain in football, and the clubs don't really know what to do. And I think a lot of them are panicking. And I think this is why a lot of clubs now are going for more youth players because they don't want to spend £100 million on a player like Ivan Toney. Like Ivan Toney's a good player, but he's not a world-class striker, is it? Nowhere near a world-class striker. I've watched him quite a lot recently because I watched a lot of Brentford over the last month because I played him twice. Liverpool played him. Arsenal played. He's all right. He's just an average player. He's not worth 100 million. Nowhere near. But if Arsenal don't sign him,
by the way, Brentford don't need that 40 million. You're right. Brentford, the 40 million, 100 million would make a difference to them because they could take that and sign 3 players hypothetically and like improve their squad and team. But like at the same time, you're looking at it from the Brentford perspective, which I agree with you with. I'm looking from the Arsenal perspective. Should you go pay 100 million for Ivan Toney? Because the price tag is too much. This is like it's true. Like even though you're saying okay, think about it this way: would you pay 100 million for Ivan Toney, who is proven, who will score goals? We know that, but given his age, or would you go pay 40, 50 million for a risk that could bang and become an Ivan Toney? Like from an Arsenal perspective, they're probably more looking at it from the second choice. I'm agreeing with Northside. I'm not disagreeing with them. I just said if for my own club, Liverpool Football Club, who would I buy? I would buy Ivan Toney. I'd love him to play for us. But at the same time, Like you have to either uncover a gem or pay big money. It's just how it goes. Like this is the issue.
I hear what LB's saying, and I agree with what LB's saying. But sometimes, listen, you can only buy what's out there, and out of that bunch, for me, the better risk is Ivan Toney. That's how I feel about it. I don't feel like Gokres is going to bang in the Premier League, and I feel like going and getting Ivan Toney, I believe that in a better system, you can get a lot more out of him. And I feel like he's one of those players that have been underrated, a bit like Maddison. I was thinking, why are a lot of teams not going in for Maddison? I felt like Maddison was a baller. And listen, Tottenham took the risk, and you've seen it. And I just feel like, look, out of a bad bunch, yes, a lot of these players that are not worth the money that we're buying them for. Was Kai Havertz worth £65 million? No, he wasn't. Was Pepe worth it? No. But if I see my club go and get the best out of the players that are out there, then I'm more happy with that. I think it's a better risk. Out of all the risk, every player's a risk. Let's keep it real. Every player's a risk. Do you know what I'm saying? But out of all those players, I feel like the more reasonable risk is Ivan Toney, in my opinion.
I hear you. So I want to get LB's opinion on Arsenal as well, but there's been a debate, guys. And I'm not doing the footy judge more, I promise. Shout out footy judge more. I'm not doing the footy judge more, guys. I promise I'm not. But there's been conversations on YouTube. You get me? It's just how it goes. This is our life as YouTubers. So, guys, there are two star boys that play for both of your clubs. You know, there's Bukayo Saka and then there's Phil Foden, both cooking over this last month or so. Regarding the debate, where do you guys sit with the Foden Saka debate? Let's go LB first. Go on, LB.
I think Foden's a better player. I think he's a technically better player. I think he's more versatile than Saka. Saka's a good player as well. I just think Foden's a better player. I think Foden is technically a better footballer than Saka. There we go.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think Foden is technically a better player, but I think Saka is more relied upon in the team that he plays for. That's it. Saka gets more games. Saka's more relied on. He's more pivotal to Arsenal than Foden. Foden now is stepping up, and big up to him. He is stepping up, and I do think he has more ability than Saka. I think he's more technical, but Saka is more relied upon in Arsenal. I think neither player is world class yet. So the debate that I saw online was who's world class. Neither. I don't think anyone can tell me that Foden.
Yeah, I don't think either are world class. I agree,
and I don't think anyone can tell me Saka's world class. So they're both upcoming players. Foden is now stepping up. They got rid of Gundogan. When they've had injuries to KDB, they've relied on Foden. And let's keep it real and let's be fair. He's stepped up. He's been stepping up for Man City. Yeah. But Saka's been stepping up for Arsenal ever since Emery brought him through. He's been our best player. When we got rid of Aubameyang, he's been our best player and probably our most consistent player since we got Rice. So it is what it is. We'll see.
I'm taking Saka over Foden. I am. And I always say this as a point of like my logic with it. And I think that this is logical. When Man City played PSG in the Champions League 4 years ago and Foden dunked on PSG, Foden and Mbappe was a conversation. 4 years later, he's getting compared to Bukayo Saka. That for me is an indicator of who has went on an upward trajectory more. I think Bukayo Saka since the last 4 years has consistently improved year in, year out. I don't think the same with Foden. Foden came out the blocks firing. Foden had a start, like when he came out, it was like Foden, Trent, Mbappe. He was compared to the best of the best. The fact that Foden is in a Saka debate now shows me that Foden hasn't excelled in the places that he needs to excel in. And I think with Phil Foden, we always looked at him to step up. We've always sat here like, this is the year where Phil Foden takes off. This is the year where Phil Foden does this. This is the year where Phil Foden does that. But I feel like he hasn't really stepped up, including this season, by the way. This season, people say he's been City's best player. I disagree personally. I think he's been very good, but I don't think he's been City's
You're telling me he's not stepped up this year? That is wild.
I think he's been like this. He's been very good, but I don't see the amazingness that people talk about. I really don't.
Okay.
You're not impressed by his performances this season, Hussam.
This guy said he's not stepped up this year. Okay.
Bro, I think he's stepped up this year, Hussam. I can't lie to you.
I think he's been okay. Since he burst onto the scene, has he made a remarkable improvement? Foden.
No, but
you're talking about Sid. You just said he's not stepped up this year. See, this
We're
is the
talking about
problem with a lot of people who hate on
he is
Foden.
a
They
very
make
good
it so
player
obvious.
anyway.
What?
No, but he's a very good player anyway. I'm saying. So
But you
I
saying
don't
he's not
necessarily.
stepped up. How are you saying he's not stepped up this year? Even Arsenal, when I have these fans with Arsenal fans who like obviously want to defend their boy Saka, even Arsenal fans tell me that this year he's been mint. And you're telling me he's not stepped up this year. That is wild, bro.
Come on, he has, bro. He has stepped
I'm
up.
just, I'm just saying. I think this is just the Foden level. Like this is Foden's level anyway. I don't see like how are we gonna act like Foden has gotten so much better and he's playing unbelievably well and blah blah. I don't see that. I think 3
He's
years.
saying he's not got better.
Well.
He's already. We're just entered March. He's already hit his best numbers in terms of goals and assists already in March. Yeah, he's won us multiple games. Yeah, multiple games on his own. So how can you sit there and say he's not stepped up this year? That's just a flat out lie. It's not true, bro. He has.
Okay, listen, we can agree to disagree. I think
You could agree to disagree with everybody else in the world, including Arsenal fans who try and slander Foden. I understand because they want to back the boy Saka, but even Arsenal fans, when they have this debate, say this season has been good.
Listen, I'm not doing any agendas. He has less GA than Saka. He does.
He might do, but you just said he's not stepped up this year, which is a flat out lie.
Okay, let me rephrase that. That was a crazy statement. Let me not say he hasn't stepped up this season. I don't think he's remarkably improved from when we first saw him. That's a fair statement. You can't say that's a crazy statement.
I think he has improved.
He has improved, but is it remarkable? Is it like, whoa, he's gotten so much better? He's cooking right now.
But the difference is he's not improved in that sense, but he's improved in the way that he's now leading the team. Because this is the thing, you can't use, oh well, Saka's been doing this and carrying Arsenal for 3-4 years. That's just because he's in a worse team. You can't use that against Phil Foden. Phil Foden, when he broke into the Manchester City squad, was trying to compete with David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez. And he got minutes. So you can't use the fact that, oh, well, Saka's been doing it for 3-4 years. Yeah, but Saka's been in a worse team than Manchester City. Saka's not had a right wing challenger for years. He's got that spot on lockdown. Even 2 months ago when he was playing shit, yeah, he was dropping stinkers against Fulham away. Yeah, you know the games, yeah, when he was fucking shit, yeah. He was playing in the next match. I remember a game. I remember watching. I remember doing a watch along of Liverpool, of Arsenal, sorry, and it was him and what's that winger, that academy winger, Northside you got on the left?
Reece Nelson.
Reece Nelson was playing better than Saka, and he took Reece Nelson off rather than Saka because he gets protected. Now again, I'm not coming for Saka. The point I'm trying to make is they've had different career paths.
Yes,
and neither
I
one
agree
is
with that.
neither one is right or wrong. Saka's career path is good because he's been playing football week in, week out for
and he's been getting a lot better.
And he's got better, 100%.
Yes.
But Phil Foden's been eased into a more high quality squad and a squad that's been dealing with high pressures more than Arsenal. And now Phil Foden is taken that mantle from the likes of Gundogan, from the likes of David Silva, and even from the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne went on the wing the other day. It was Phil Foden who was playing in the middle. So that just shows you the level of growth. They're different career paths. And we're now looking at Phil Foden to say, you need to lead us. And he is. He is leading us. And he's already hit his best number for GA, and we're only in March.
Okay, we'll see what he does. Let me just go to the super chats before we open up the City can of worms. I'm still taking Saka. I'm standing on business. I don't give a fuck. I'm seeing a remarkable improvement in Saka's career. I'm standing on my business. I've seen this kid play left wing back, start as a left back, and now he's playing right wing, getting GA, getting involved in games, and he's been cooking for Arsenal. So I'm just gonna, you get me? Give respect to Bukayo Saka. I'm taking Saka, but big up Phil Foden anyway. Just let us know one word answer who you're taking in the chat. No life stories, no paragraphs. No one has time for your 15-minute monologue paragraph in the chat. Just let me know. Saka, Foden. One word answers, please. Let's see who we have more of in the chat. Big up to Toney, says, here's another $5. Cover that wild US tax you were talking about, what they take from you. YouTube money. Much love from Australia. I appreciate you, Tony. Thank you so much, Habibi. Listen, one day I'm gonna do like a reveal all on YouTube and show you guys. I think last month I was taxed about $480 US. US government has been absolutely shafting me, but I appreciate you. At least the Australian government is not shafting me. So big up to you, brother. Thank you for the super chat, Tony. Thank you for the love you've shown us from the start of the stream. My guy LD, not LB. Big up panel. Winner of Man City versus Liverpool will win the league. If there's a draw and Arsenal win at Man City, we are in control of our destiny. Arsenal fans, this is what you should do this Sunday. If Liverpool score, you should support City. If City score, you should support Liverpool. The only scenario which Arsenal fans should get up and start dancing and break dancing and celebrating is if a draw happens. Because if City win at Anfield, khalas, give City the title, everyone just give up. Because at that moment in time, ain't nobody stopping them. If we beat Manchester City, we put ourselves in a good position, but I'm not going to say it's over, because you cannot say it's over when you have 115 FC chasing you. There's always going to be a chance. So, that's what I'll say. So, Arsenal fans, you better pray for a damn draw. I'm just saying right now, because that's the best you can pray for. Big up to you, my guy, LD. By the way, City are beatable at the Etihad if you're Arsenal, 100%. Big up to JJ, who says, why are we as fans concerned about whether Toney costs 100 million or 60 million? It's on the owners to negotiate and spend, not our problem. We just want our team to get better. Do you see City fans concerned?
Well, I always say it's not my money. You know what I mean? So I don't really care. The point that I was kind of making on the Toney situation is the club might look at Toney for 100 million and just think it's not worth it and maybe gamble on someone cheaper. Now, is that what they should do? That's up to the football club. You know what I mean? If they do gamble, you better get it right. You better get it right, because otherwise people like Northside will come on here and say, why the fuck didn't you just go for a proven goal scorer in Ivan Toney? But it wouldn't surprise me if they went for a gamble. I just think if you look at it, Ivan Toney, like you look at Osimhen at Napoli, you know what I mean? How much is he going to cost extra? It's like when you're buying an iPhone.
Osimhen is just as much as a risk, if not a bigger risk even.
Yeah, but he's played Champions League. You know what I mean? This guy's done it at a higher level, bro. It's why when you buy an iPhone, you go into Apple Store and they say, "Oh, you want the 64 gig?" And you go, "Yeah," and they go, "Oh, well, for an extra £50, you can get the one up from that." And you go, "All right, I might as well do it because it's only extra 50 quid." And then they go, "Oh, well, for an extra 50 quid, you can get the top model." And now, before you know it, you're coming out at the Apple Store, with the most expensive iPhone with the biggest amount of memory. You only went in for the standard version, but they upsold you. And then when you go for Toney, you must go, oh, should we just spend an extra 30 million and get Osimhen? You know? Otherwise, you end up you just do what you do and go and get a gamble, which is the phone that you got there. That's the League Two. That phone there is the League Two French player, who's playing Southern France in the second division, who scored 30 goals. And everyone's like, this phone can do it all, mate. Don't get the iPhone. This is it. This is the next Arsenal player right there.
You know what's funny? They told me if I ever visit the UK and bring this with me, they will actually search me. Like, they will actually take it.
Yeah, they will, man.
They told me people who have these phones, like, they get searched. But, I'm actually going to genuinely bring it to the UK just so I can experience getting, like, searched and shit by police and shit. Actually, I need to try this. This low-key, it gets the job done, and I can slam it on this wall right here and nothing will happen. It will work the day after. So iPhone can't do that. I'm just saying. Big up JJ Ash. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Kenneth, who says both are awesome. Now let's talk about upcoming big games, tactics, analysis for coming games. Feels like Messi versus Ronaldo debate all over again. No, it doesn't feel like Messi and Ronaldo, because Messi is clear of Cristiano Ronaldo and it is not a debate. Lionel Andres Messi is the greatest footballer of all time, and there ain't nothing that Cristiano Ronaldo could do at Al Nassr or for Portugal that will change my mind.
Come on.
Messi should have won every single Ballon d'Or from the start of when he started kicking ball till today, because there is no player better than him at football. Don't act like Saka Foden is Messi Ronaldo, because it's not. Because now you're being disrespectful to Lionel Messi. Let's not do that. You get me? It's like, I think it's closer to the Salah Hazard debate, to be fair, than like Messi Ronaldo, because you can see similarities on both sides of each debate, even though Salah obviously is clear of both. Big up to you, Kenneth. Big up to Tiang, who says Saka reminds Hussam of Salah. No, he doesn't. I think Salah is always finding a way in games to influence it. And Salah's a much bigger big game player than Saka. Sorry, I'm just gonna someone has to say it. It has to be me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Most goals against Arsenal, Salah. Most goals against Chelsea, Salah. Most goals against City, Salah. Most goals against Man United, Salah. Most goals against Spurs. Guess who? Mo Salah. So yeah, that's what Salah brings to the table. Tiang.
Yeah, Hassan, can I throw something
goal.
out? Throw something out here. Why
Yes.
are Arsenal not being linked at all with the lad at Newcastle, Isak?
I don't know. We was following his car before we went to Newcastle. We were following. Apparently, it was his car in London. I remember when Gooners were following his car, taking pictures and that. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
I remember
when I saw it, I was in the club. I'm like, did these guys not do anything else but watch football and track players? Like, what is this, bro? Is this DHL? You know what I mean? But that's what they do, innit? That's what they do, innit? These men ain't got no life, so you know what I mean? Like, you gotta have a life, man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I remember that as well. I was on Twitter. It was during the window, and they were just showing plates and shit. I remember that. Welcome to you, Tiang Yang. City need to win. Arsenal will beat City away.
Well, I think City need to win the next 2 games, and I think Arsenal need to beat City at the Etihad. I don't agree with Arsenal fans that say a draw is good enough. I think Arsenal need to win. I think, but just before the Arsenal fans come at me crying, yeah, I say this: I think City need to beat Liverpool, and I think City need to beat Arsenal as well. Because here's the thing: look at Liverpool's fixtures, man. Who are Liverpool dropping points to? The only game I think Liverpool could drop points to after City would be Aston Villa. I think they beat everyone else. I think they honestly, genuinely,
away and everything away.
Nah, bro. Don't do this, man. I told you when Salah got injured that you'd win every single game. Do
you
remember when we sat here and you went, "Oh, it's going to be difficult to win games without Mohamed Salah"? And I said, "No, it's not. No, it won't. You'll win them all."
Underdog. We're just, you get me? We're just happy to be here. We appreciate the opportunity to be in a title race.
Spurs at home. You think Spurs are going to beat Liverpool at Anfield?
We're unsustainable. You get me? We're just playing chaos ball. We're happy to be here. You get me? And we'll see what happens. Big up to all 600 of you watching us right now. Please do make sure you're hitting the like button. Do make sure you're subscribing to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. We are going to get into City now and Liverpool, obviously, because myself and LB play each other. Not me and him. Like, it's not like a boxing fight. Like, Liverpool play Man City. So we are going to get into that conversation right there. All 600 of you in here, please do make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Do make sure you guys are subscribing. The like target is 350. There's 600 people in here. We can get to 350 likes. You bunch of frauds. It's a free button. Slap the like button right now. Subscribe to This Is Football. Share the video everywhere. All of that good stuff. And of course, LB's channel is in the description. It's LB. You lazy bastards. Go subscribe. Northside LDN in the description. Go subscribe, you lazy bastards. It takes 2 buttons. It doesn't even take you away from this video. So hit that X on the live chat right here. Hit the like button right here and just go and subscribe to both channels. So see this, click the description, both, boom, right here. It's LB, Northside. Subscribe, Habibis. So, big up as well to Kenneth, LD, Enigma, Toney, and JJ for the super chats. I appreciate you guys. So, let's talk about Man City a little bit, since we're kind of leading up to the big one this Sunday. Manchester City slaps Manchester United. You get me? Talk to me, LB. How were you feeling when Rashford scored that goal to start the game?
I was like, nice standard shit, innit? You know what I mean? But listen, they was shit, man. Like, even in the first half when they actually played semi-decent, we still should have scored 2 goals. You know what I mean? Haaland missed a sitter and Foden should have scored. So yeah, they were ass. And we now build ourselves up to the game on Sunday. Like I say, I think City got to win this game. I don't buy this whole thing about a draw will be enough, because listen, here's the thing, right? So when I speak to City fans about this, and obviously we have a little bit of a debate and we talk about it, I say City needs to beat Liverpool. They say no, we don't, because Liverpool might drop points in the rest of the games that they have to the season, which I think maybe 1, maybe 2 Liverpool could drop points. But that means we've only beaten two top 6 sides this year if we don't beat Liverpool on Sunday, and both of them were Man United. So what gives us confidence that we'll beat Arsenal at the Etihad if we've only won 2 top 6 games? Now, I think Liverpool don't have a particularly great record against the top 6 this year either, which apparently someone's told me that they've only won 1 or 2. But I think City have got to beat Liverpool. I think City have got to beat Arsenal, because I don't see where Liverpool drop points after the City game, other than maybe Villa. And then people will say, "Oh, LB, they go to Goodison Park and play Everton." Give over, man. Yeah, come on. Liverpool will win that game. Oh, LB, they play Spurs at Anfield. Are you serious? Yeah, again, Liverpool will dust Spurs. Yeah, the only game that actually I look at and go, Liverpool could actually drop points is when you play Villa. And I think that's a very fair thing. So I look at it and go, I think we've got to win. And then I think we've got to beat Arsenal. And that's why I say I think Arsenal have got to beat City at the Etihad. Not because not because I think Arsenal is shit, just because Arsenal could maybe drop points and maybe get a draw at City. But are you then going to get more points than Liverpool in the final 9 games? I don't think you are. And I don't think City will either. So this isn't a dig on Arsenal.
I'm so glad you have this mentality, by the way, because I completely agree with you. Well, you know what's funny?
It's a W mentality.
You've got to go like, we don't need to beat City at home. I'm like, but do you guys actually watch this league? Am I supposed to sit up here and expect Spurs to hand me a league title by beating Arsenal and City? Can you do your own job like what you're expected to do? This is what I don't understand. I'm so happy LB says this, and I wish Tom Little was on the stream so we could just slap the shit out of him together. The fact that LB just said, you know, we need to beat Liverpool, Liverpool need to beat City, Arsenal need to beat City. All of this is true. Why should I sit up here or Northside or LB and go like, yes, Spurs, come on, beat Liverpool today. Yes, Everton, come on, beat Liverpool today. Yes, Spurs, get me something against City. You have to do your own job.
Well, here's the thing. Because I actually disagree. I actually disagree with you. I don't actually think Liverpool need to win the match. I think you can draw the match because if you draw the match, you go 64 points. Yeah. If Arsenal beat their game against Brentford, they'll go 64. But I just think that Arsenal will drop maybe a point more. But then we have to go
flawless, though.
Huh?
But then we have to go flawless. And if we draw, Arsenal have a much superior goal difference. Then I would need Arsenal to drop points. So it's
okay. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if I was still you, I would still be wanting to win the game massively and thinking that you need to win the game. I just feel that like you could potentially get away with a draw, whereas I don't think City can get away with a draw. I think City need to win. And then I think Arsenal need to beat City at the Etihad next week if they want, at the end of the month, if they want to win the league.
I think it's a must-win game. I'll be honest with you. I really do. I think for both sides. I really do. And, you know, once again, it's just my logic is LB. I don't want to rely on anyone else. I want to rely on myself.
Facts. You know, it is, Sam. I know we always banter each other, yeah, but you've also got to have a degree of respect for the teams around you. 100%. Yeah, these 2 teams, obviously, that I'm competing with, and in Liverpool and Arsenal, like, these are good football teams. And if I say, oh, I'll take a point at Anfield, it's sort of like disrespectful to Liverpool and Arsenal because you just, they'll drop points. Mate, we're in the final 11 games of the season. You know, I don't think Arsenal are not going to do another bottle job. You know what I mean? They're not going to bottle it. They're not going to start. They're just not going to fall off a cliff. Liverpool have just won games without Salah, without Trent, without Alisson. Yeah, Salah's now coming back. Szoboszlai's now back. Nunez is now back. Trent will be back by maybe, you know, another few weeks. Alisson's back at the end of the month. I don't see where Liverpool are going to drop all these points. And people will say to me, yeah, but I think Liverpool have got a few banana skins in them. So have we. So yeah.
So do Arsenal, by the way. Make no mistake.
Of course.
So do Arsenal. Because Arsenal play Chelsea at home, they play Spurs away, and they play Man United away. So there you go. My only thing is LB, and this is why I've kept the. By the way, my logic is consistent for all 3 clubs. I'm saying for Liverpool, I'm saying for Arsenal, I'm saying for City. There's no I'm saying it's must-win game when Arsenal go to the Etihad. It's must-win game when you come to Anfield. Is because I'm not gonna sit up here and expect my team to go perfect and then expect everyone else to drop points, because that's not how football works. Because a City fan will go like, a draw is okay at Anfield because, you know, Liverpool are surely going to drop points Everton away or United away, you know, and we're just going to win all our games. Yeah, but then you can drop points Spurs away. You could drop points, you know, against Arsenal. Shit can happen in the league. All I'm saying is, as a football fan, and I'm sure Northside agrees as well, I want to get his opinion on this City thing. You want to rely on yourself. Because if I let myself down, it's less annoying than, you know, Spurs letting me down. Because you could go into that game having expectations of another club. Like I'm not gonna sit up here and just support Spurs viciously against City in the hopes that I get a league title. I want to beat City myself. That's my logic. Northside, what do you make of Manchester City recently? Do you have confidence headed into the Etihad game? You know, based on your performances, stuff like that.
I think for both of your clubs, you're getting players back at the right time. I mean, people were expecting Liverpool to have their banana skins as soon as, you know, Salah out and all those injuries. And you've actually rid through the storm, and now you're getting players back. I think the same for Man City. Regardless of where you sit on Foden, I think Foden is, stepped up. He has stepped up. A lot of people are talking about Gundogan, going missing and stuff. Gundogan was pivotal to Man City towards the end of the season. He was absolutely sourcing. But if we're going to give Gundogan praise for that, we have to also give Foden that praise as well, because when he's been asked to deliver, bro, he was the difference against Man United. As soon as Man United started opening up, he was the one to put them in the through, put the sword to Man United. And it's not just been that game. He's been doing it consistently. Even when, for me, Doku was dropping a stinker, he's still stepping up. Even when Bernardo Silva was playing decently, but even when Kevin De Bruyne, he performed well in the last game, but this game he wasn't as great. Foden's still stepping up. And this is the thing, like Man City have got so many weapons. And for me as an Arsenal fan, the reason I'm so hard on Arsenal is because we're in a title race against two teams that have the know-how of how to get over the line. Your manager is so good that Klopp can put out kids and still get a performance out of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when he's missing his most vital pieces. Man City are able to rely on Foden because, like LB said, his journey's been different. Yeah, he's grown into the team. He's been used sparingly, but he's been around players that are ballers, world-class players that have done the treble. And when counted on and when relied on, he's come on and done a job and got them over the line. You know what I mean? So this is the thing, man. Like, at the end of the day, for me as an Arsenal fan, like, City are going to do City things. Liverpool are going to do Liverpool things. I'm not surprised. At the start of the season, I said that Liverpool shouldn't be counted out of this title race. And back then, people were just completely dismissing Liverpool. And Man City, listen, yes, they haven't been as great as they were last season. I can agree to that. They haven't. And they have conceded a lot of chances. But one thing that they do is they continue to go. And they've got players that can change matches. They got individuals. When I talked about Arsenal and how we can be nullified, when we're nullified, who's our saving grace? Who's the player that's going to step out and do something? Well, Man City have got players, bro. Haaland got a goal out of nothing. I know it was a United mistake, but you put them to the sword. You know what I'm saying? Foden, as soon as they started opening up a little bit, Foden found space, bro, and put the sword to them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Haaland was dog shit against United, though, Northside.
Who?
Haaland was dog shit against United.
He was rubbish, but that is how you know a top player, bro. He can have a dead game, but you give him half a chance, he'll put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, I hear that. That's fair. That's fair.
Do you know what I'm saying? And those kind of players you need, bro. There's going to be games where your team ain't sourcing or the system isn't working. How many times in Liverpool, the system isn't working? You're knocking on the door. You're not getting through. All of a sudden, Salah, top bins, boom. 1-0, 3 points. Listen, even Darwin Nunez, you don't rate Darwin Nunez. I don't really rate him as an elite striker. Yeah. But he turned up. He turned up in the last game. Yeah. And you were knocking. Diaz missing chances. You were Robertson hitting it wide, but he stepped up. And those players are pivotal. Players that will create something or put the teams to the sword, even with half a chance. People don't talk about it. People talk about systems and this and that. Players win you games. Not just a system and manager, but players win you games. Even Pep said it. My players win me games. Even though he's an amazing tactician, even though he's brought all these different things into football and different systems, he always says, the players win me games. And that's the thing. And that's why I respect both of your clubs so much, because I think that's something that's not spoken about enough. Winning mentality, a manager that knows how to get over the line. Even when my manager's tested, which is why I brought up the Porto game, he looks lost. He looks like he doesn't have another idea. He looks like he can't put out another formation. It looks like the substitutions are so samey. Nothing changes. And that is the difference. And that is when a manager needs to earn his money. And my manager has not done that. He's not proven that to me. So when people are, oh, you're being toxic and negative, I'm going off the facts. When our system is not working, what is the solution? Please tell me. I'm here to read the flipping comments because they're quick to bash me. Tell me the solution. Oh, set pieces. Okay, so why didn't we score from a set piece against Porto? They're not even one of the Champions League favourites. Because I said, you're not going to win every game from set pieces. So if that's the answer, how come it didn't get us at least a draw against Porto? It doesn't, bro. It is what it is, man. Listen, I think Man City, bro, it's going to click at the right time, bro. Like, I think it's just going to click at the right time. Liverpool as well. Like, I have to salute your resilience. Your absolute resilience, bro. To play kids, to lose your players. When I look at it, would Arsenal be able to sustain those levels of injuries? You know what I mean? Your best centre-back out.
You want honest answer? No. Honest answer, no.
Honest answer, no. 100% Arsenal would.
But you can't say that because you're being toxic and negative if you say that.
By the way, we had our keeper out as well. If I asked you or LB a week ago, who's the most important Liverpool player, 99% of people would have said Alisson. Let's be real about it now. Let's be real. Many people would either said Alisson or Salah. But FYI, we lost both. You get me? So like, let's not change the energy and the facts for when it's like my club, because Liverpool have went through a shitload of injuries now. Like, let's be honest about it. The fact that Alisson is out and all this. But let me ask you genuinely before we switch to it, because I know you have to go as well in a bit. Are you confident headed into the Etihad given City's form? Okay, let me rephrase that. Confident is crazy headed into the Etihad, but are you a bit more hopeful of getting something at the Etihad given the way City are playing now from an Arsenal perspective? Northside?
Say that again.
Are you confident of getting something at the Etihad given the way City are playing right now?
It is possible for us to beat Man City. It is possible. We have beaten them this year, and we are playing very good football at the moment. City are not a team that's going to nullify the way that we play. We just got to be resilient. And at the moment, I can say in the league, defensively, we've been very good. Very, very good. And if we nullify them, sit back and try to hit them in a counter, I remember the deflection from Martinelli. There is a way for us to get 3 points at Man City. So there is a way, there is a possibility. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. We'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, there is a way. Of course there is. We are playing very good football. City are not the team that's going to nullify Arsenal. Arsenal have to nullify City. And we've shown that we have been able to do that. We have been able to sit back, take pressure. And I will say defensively this season, we have improved. That's for all the top gooners that are getting emotional. Yeah, a bit of praise. I know you lot are so sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Even though I started my monologue on Arsenal, praising. I know you lot are very sensitive. This Arsenal fan base should be sponsored by flipping tampons and flipping the morning after pill, because these men are the most emotional they're the most emotional men ever in this world, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They need validation. Did you not get validation from your mum? Did you not get breast milk? Did you not get formula? What more validation do you need? Do you not get enough loving from your mum, bro? Like, bounce out of here, man. The most emotional fan base, bro. The reality is we can beat Man City. But it's not just Man City that I'm worried about. It's teams like Man United, bro. Teams like Man United can set up 2 banks of 4, stink it out like they tried to do it against Man City, and try to just defend the 1-0. That is when I ask questions of my team.
You know what? Can I come in on this point here, right? So say City and Liverpool draw this weekend, and Arsenal beat Brentford and then beat Man City at the end of the month. I believe Arsenal at that point go top of the table.
Yes.
That will then, and there will be 9 games left at that point. I believe that's correct. That's when the real pressure will start to ramp up on Arsenal, because then they're in the same position as they were last year. Granted, with less points gap, but they're in that position again where they're top of the table. There's 9 games to go, and Arsenal don't have to think about Man City. Arsenal don't have to think about Liverpool because they don't play them again. And that's when all the pressure, that's when everyone's going to come in and start saying, Arsenal going to bottle it. Arsenal going to bottle it again. And the players, you know what I mean, it'll go around their heads again. They'll start to get all these flashbacks and shit like that. So, you know, ultimately, we could be in a similar situation to last year. Like I say, for me personally, I think Arsenal got to beat Brentford and got to beat Man City. And I think if they do that, then obviously I think they become title favourites because they'll be top of the table with 9 games to go. And if they didn't win the league, I think they will bottle it in that situation, given the fact they don't play City or Man City. I just
LB,
think
Arsenal fans need validation, like Northside saying.
I think a lot. I think a large part of them do. 100%. I do think a large part of them need validation because they've not been at the top for so long. Maybe that they want to be accepted like you are here now. You know what I mean? You're not going away, and I don't think they're going away for what it's worth. I think Arsenal are in this title race for the next years. But a lot of the fan base, I do think need validation. You know what I mean? And they can't accept any sort of criticism. Whenever I criticize them, and it's a slight bit, they don't like it. Even when I give them praise, I then get called patronizing. So it's very strange. It's very strange fan base, to be honest with you. But like I say, not all of them. It's just a few of them, and I'm not sure why they're like that. I genuinely don't understand why some of them are like that.
Why do they like that Northside before you go? Why do they need validation, brother?
They need validation because they can't hack it. They can give it out, but they can't hack it. You know what I mean? They're very quick to call Liverpool, oh, you don't win anything. Oh, Poch doesn't win anything. But you say anything about Arteta, oh, but he's putting the pressure on. They can't take it, bro. They get butthurt on Twitter. They get butthurt on the WhatsApp. They get butthurt on YouTube. They get butthurt about everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, bro. But at the end of the day, yeah, the facts are the facts, and everything that I bring up are things that they wanted. They wanted a new striker. We didn't get one. So me bringing it up, that's what they wanted. They said that the bench wasn't good enough. Me bringing it up isn't toxic and negative. They called it out going into the January transfer window. They called it out last season as to why we didn't win the league. But they don't like that. Do you know what I mean? You can't criticize Arsenal. Arsenal's always about, reactionary FC. And listen, I know it's not all Arsenal fans. When people talk about Arsenal fans, yeah, you shouldn't be getting emotional if the shoe doesn't fit. When people refer to Arsenal fans and they'd say that Arsenal fans are deluded, I know I'm not the part of the fan base that is deluded. I've got no emotion towards this club anymore because this club has been failures for 20 years. That's a fact. That is a fact. And when the Arsenal fans tell me, oh, well, why didn't you go support City? Why didn't you go support Willstone Raiders, you foolish da puta? Why didn't you get out of my yeah? How about that, you absolute wasters? Yeah? Because you man are forever, yeah, angry. This is the fan base that is the most avoidant of high expectations, bro. They'll talk a big thing. Oh, we got the best youngsters. Oh, look at the team. Oh, we're sourcing. Okay, if we don't win the league, then it should be a catastrophe. No. But we applied pressure. These men are always ducking, yeah, expectations, bro, and requirements. They'll gas it. And I'm like, okay, cool. We got the best everything. We're playing source. We should win the league then. No. Bro, get out of here, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I rattled them because the ones that get rattled should get rattled. Because the Arsenal fans that get rattled, you lot are the losers of this fan base, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You lot are certified losers, bro. Yeah, forever talking about the Invincibles, yeah, but don't want to win the league now. Yeah, keep getting rattled. Because nothing you say or do is going to stop me being on channels. It's going to stop me putting out videos. I hope you keep getting rattled. Because as you're getting rattled, I'm on my way to the flipping club. I'm on my way to the shisha lounge. I'm on my way to chill out with my friends. I couldn't care less. The fact is, you can only avoid expectation for so long. At the start of the season, we're going to win the Champions League. We're going to bring the Premier League. Now I'm putting the pressure on. No, context. You didn't apply context when you made your flipping predictions at the start of the season, but now we need context. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. These men are losers, bro. I'm telling you right now, if this manager, this filo da puta, this flipping spicy Enrique Iglesias Arteta, yeah, does not win me a flipping major, and I want that filo da puta out, bro. And all your Arteta sexuals can leave the club alongside him, bro. About, oh, Northside, go to Man City. Flipping go to Barnet, bro. What are you talking about? Bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You absolute losers, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not hearing it, bro. I'm not hearing it. Absolute losers, bro. They can't hack it. All of this fan base is like North Korea. Everybody's got to stand in line. Everybody's got to be super Mick Arteta. Nobody can say nothing. I just said at the start that I praise everything Arteta did against Sheffield United. That doesn't take away the fact that we ain't got a striker. That doesn't take the fact that we ain't got a bench. That doesn't take the fact that we had no answers against Porto. And man is saying, oh, but Bayern Munich in the Champions League, we'll do this to them, we'll do that to them. But we can't even we're struggling to get past phase 1 Champions League Porto, bro. What are you chatting about? What are you actually chatting about? Bro, whatever, man. Listen, I don't care if this fan base gets annoyed and rattled. I couldn't care less, bro. I honestly couldn't care less. I'm here to give my honest opinion, and my opinion is my opinion. This isn't Arsenal LD. This is Northside LD. I'm here to give my opinion. If you don't like it, tough. Keep crying. If you think you could do better, do yourself your own channel. When people are always a prick, no, it's not. I'm sick and tired of losing, bro. I'm sick and tired of losing. I'm sick and tired of these, man. I'm sick and tired of LB coming on every stream with a smirk on his face because he knows he's going to win the league. I'm sick and tired of seeing Hussam talk about 6 Champions Leagues. I'm sick and tired of Chelsea fans telling me about their 2 Champions League and Europa League. I'm sick and tired of Man United telling me that they've won flipping 20-odd Premier Leagues and they've won 3 Champions Leagues. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. You man are bare sensitive. Bro, I got this back in MSN, bro. I've been cooked since the MSN Messenger days. I've been cooked since the days on my Nokia. I've been cooked, yeah, in the playground. I've been cooked in college. I've been cooked in my grandma's house. I've been cooked by my own family, clowning me because I'm an Arsenal fan. And you man going to tell me I'm not a real fan. Ain't no one going to tell me how to support this club. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't start supporting this club being losers and bottling leagues. And not being competitive and getting over the line. I don't hear no crap, bro. I'm not hearing it. Klopp won the Champions League and the Premier League with less money spent than this bum Arteta, bro. And if he doesn't get me over the line, sack that absolute filita puta. My anger is towards this club being failures for 20 years. And if you can't understand that, you're not as old as me, shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hearing it. What's man talking about? It's actually getting me vexed. You know what I'm saying? And all you getting rattled, I ain't even reading the comments. You know why? Because you feel he's that puta, yeah? I couldn't care less. You better pray that we get over the line. Oh, Northside doesn't want Arsenal to win. Really? How come my last match reaction, I was smiling? The whole live, I was praising Arsenal. Since we've been winning, all I've been doing is praising. But you don't want to watch that because the narrative is, oh, he must be negative because he talks to Ligana. Shut up, man. Tô cansado disso, filhos da puta. Vai tomar no cu, são maricas da merda. I'm going to keep saying what I've got to say because none of you can stop it. Yeah? You better, I'm telling you right now, you better hope your manager gets over the line. I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. I hope Arteta wins the league. I hope Arsenal win the league. Yeah? I hope Arsenal win the league. Yeah? But if we don't, we will be there. We will be there.
Oh, we will be there.
We will be there. We will be there. And listen,
I'm toxic and negative if we bottle it, yeah? Because last season in January, when I told you the bench was light and I told you we didn't do enough, you're being negative. Just be happy. We're 8 points clear. Just be happy. Oh, this whole just be happy. Everybody was happy last season. Did it get us over the line? No, it didn't. What I'm talking about. Anyway, big up to everyone, man. I got to bounce.
Big up Northside. I appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for coming on. Me and LB will just stick around for a little bit more, guys. Northside LB.
They're round. Look at them.
They are.
Listen, you keep typing away. I'm gonna have an excellent day. Yeah. Good day to everybody. Yeah. Keep getting rattled. Keep getting triggered. I'm off.
See you, Northside. Guys, Northside LDN is in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Let me just read the super chats, LB, before we talk about Liverpool.
I have a feeling that most of the chat are not going to subscribe to Northside, bro.
Hey, listen, it is what it is, man. Sometimes I was in Northside's shoes last season. Listen, we went through hell, you know, so I hear where he's coming from. I always understand the bigger picture perspective. Big up to Ghost Nathan, who says, off topic, do you think Aston Villa will win tomorrow? I got parlay, and Villa's the last team I need to win. I think Villa will beat Ajax. Ajax are crap, but it's away from home, though.
Yeah, they might go there, Aston Villa, and just be tight and try and get like a low-scoring win or a draw, and then bring it back to Villa Park. So they should win. But it's not necessarily about who's the better team. It's about the style of play, you know?
Yeah, Ajax have been crap this season, but it's just about the Villa away record ain't the best, you know? That's the
you know what it is? Because it's like last year, I think it was last year, we went to Leipzig and we got a 0-0. And we was all like pretty disappointed and we was like, fucking hell, 0-0, that's shit. And Pep Guardiola after the game was like, why are City fans like, you know, moaning about this? It's a good result. And then I'm pretty sure we slapped them like 7-0 or something, or something like that at home. So I think when you get that,
that's when Haaland scored the worst 4 goals in history. No, that was the one.
5, I think it was.
5 tapping.
Yeah, I think because of the away goals now, away goals ain't a thing. You might as well just go away, try and get a 0-0, and then bring it back to home and win. Whereas previously, when away goals was a thing, you kind of needed to open up a little bit more to try and get that away goal. So. I actually, do you like away goals? I like away goals. A lot of people don't like it. I think football was better with away goals in. I think it was more exciting.
I think it's better without. Beat me flat out.
Can I tell you why? You know, yesterday, Lazio versus Bayern Munich. Yeah? Lazio win the first game 1-0, right?
Yes.
At home. So Bayern Munich got no away goals. Lazio, yesterday, if there is an away goal rule, their whole strategy, their whole game plan is different. Because if they score 1 goal, Bayern need to score 3. Yeah? Because of course Bayern.
I agree with that. But I'm saying I think Lazio should beat Bayern flat out to qualify.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think I like away goals because I think it adds an extra dimension. I actually think it helps the smaller teams as well in certain situations. So I don't know, man. I just think football is a bit more boring since away goals were removed. I think it was more exciting. And by the way, we never won a game on away goals in the Europa League or the Champions League, and we got knocked out 3 times on away goals. Twice in the Champions League, once in the Europa League. So I'm not saying this because it's benefited us. Like we genuinely never got through an away goal.
No, I know it benefits the bigger teams more, but like it kind of removes the dark arts element a little bit. You know, it allows clubs to like beat you outright type shit. So that's what I'll say. Herman says Northside getting emotional about Arsenal fans getting emotional. Northside wasn't emotional. Me and LB just went off cam perfect moment to put him full screen. He was just cooking. He just went to town, to be fair, So shout out Northside.
You know what it is with the Arsenal fans, yeah, is that like the reason why a lot of their fan base is toxic to each other and there's a lot of divide is because they were lied to. The fans were lied to. Well, when they left Highbury, right, and these guys and I know what they said because I was there at the I watched football at the time. They were told in no uncertain terms that they were moving to the Emirates to compete with the Bayern Munichs, the Real Madrids. That's what they were told, right? And then when they moved, then all of a sudden it was, oh well, actually for the first 5-6 years, we're just gonna have to be shit for a while because we've got to pay down the stadium debt, right? Which actually wasn't true because Man United have a load of debt and they won Champions League with a load of debt. So that wasn't necessarily true. Now that's all sorted, these fans, it's been 20 years. Like they want to win a trophy. They want to win a proper, like they want to win a major honor, a Premier League or a Champions League. And, maybe they're just sick and tired of it. I get both sides of the coin. I do get, and I'm not genuinely saying that to sit on the fence. Like I do genuinely see both sides of the coin.
On the fence because from the outside looking in, I'm with you as well. Arteta inners have reasons to be positive. I get it, but the Arteta outers have reasons to doubt. This is the reality. Yeah. Like they have every reason to doubt because of
honestly, that club needs to win a Premier League or a Champions League so it can almost forget, or maybe not forget, but just put the last 20 years, just write it off and say, right, that's done. It was a poor part of our history. We're back now and we can go and compete. They need to win something so they can.
I agree. They need to win something. That's why they were all mad when they got knocked out the FA Cup. Even had they challenged for a league and at least just cemented it with a FA Cup or something, it would have felt way better. 1-3-1 against Liverpool, and this fraud's chatting shit. Pray we don't win the Premier League because I'm coming to your channel, fraud. I will actually answer for Northside regarding this super chat, Lou. And first of all, Lou, no one was deleting your comments. If you send in swear words on YouTube, YouTube itself will not show it. So it's not us that's blocking your comments. The comments get automatically blocked. Second of all, if Arsenal do win the league, then Northside is proven wrong. And you guys have every right to go like, Northside, I told you so, etc., etc., etc. And I think he will celebrate it just as much because this was like, the reason why I say it was like me last season. Last season summer, LB didn't even meet me then. Back then, I was banned from Liverpool spaces and I was banned from Liverpool channels and I became one of the biggest villains in Liverpool YouTube history. And then 3 weeks later, everyone said the same shit that I said all summer long. So here's the thing now, Luan, this works both ways. And I know LB knows exactly where I'm going with this. 2 weeks from now, if Saka is injured and Reece Nelson has to come on, you cannot now use the excuse of Saka's injured when you trashed Northside's point all along. So it works both ways. You either have to go like, okay, it's valid what he's saying, but this and that, or it's not valid. But then if someone gets injured, you can't use that as an excuse. I'm just saying. Big up to me now says a pool don't need validation, can't admit Pepe stop. No problem. That's not called validation. That's called rivalry. That's called hatred, which exists in football, Mina. Thank God football is a sport like this. I wouldn't want to be a basketball fan where you can trade, the Lakers and the Celtics make trades together. The Warriors and the Cavs made trades when they had a rivalry for NBA championships. So thank God I exist in a tribal sport where hatred exists. I thrive on hatred. I'm a hating bastard and I love it about myself. Big up to you, Mina. Big up, Mina. Big up, Herman, Lou, Ghost, J, Kenneth, LD, Enigma, Tony, and JJ. We still have 550 people in the building. I just want to talk about Liverpool a little bit before I let LB go and we wrap up the stream. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Our initial target is 350 likes. I think we're currently on around 300. So let's get to 300. And then after that, let's get to 350, which was our initial target. So LB, you lied to the people last week. You were on the channel last week with Dan Potts, shout out Potsy, and you were like, I'm no longer doing pray alongs. And then I see a Liverpool Nottingham Forest player pray along.
Yeah.
And then you got clipped by Terry and you got clipped by everyone. You get me for the Nunez goal and how mad you got at Awani. So talk to me about Liverpool, bro.
That's because I knew I don't know how much because I've not seen myself get clipped, so that's quite interesting. Because I knew I knew I put a bet on, man. In the 93rd minute, I put a bet on £2. Yeah, I know it's haram, yeah, but I put a bet on to say Liverpool to win because I knew it, man. I could see the Forest players physically shitting themselves on the pitch. They didn't know what to. They'd lost the plot, and I've got to say, right, I think the reaction actually from Nottingham Forest has been absolutely bizarre to what happened with the referee. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, just before you scored, maybe 2-3 minutes earlier, they had a corner.
Yes.
They are a team that's fighting relegation, correct?
Yes.
They're maybe 4 points above relegation zone. They're at home. They're playing technically right now the best team in the country because you're top of the table. They could have kept that ball in the corner and shithoused it, yeah. Because this is where I'm actually going to defend you and not defend Forest and say they should have kept that ball in the corner. A point against Liverpool at home is a good point for 95% of the teams in this league. Yeah, maybe Arsenal, City, probably United in terms of the rivalry rather than the sporting rivalry right now. I didn't think it was a good point against Liverpool at home, right? Notts Forest are in a relegation scrap, and they decided to put the corner in the box. Now, some people say, "Oh yeah, well done," like they wanted to win the game. Well, then Liverpool go at the other end and score a goal. You could have kept the ball in the corner flag, shithoused it, just kept on getting corners, kept on getting throw-ins, and took a point, and everyone would have said, "Well done, Forest. Yeah, that's a great point. You frustrated Liverpool, and Liverpool couldn't break you down." They didn't, and then obviously these
That's what I thought they'd do as well, because Gibbs White got a yellow for time wasting. Murillo got a yellow for time wasting as well. They did that like the first 2 minutes, but then they stopped doing it.
Well, this is the thing, and listen, I can't even lie, bro. This whole referee thing about the drop ball or whatever, I didn't even see it in the game. So I can't even say it was on madness. And at the end of the day, again, you can look at the referee giving a drop ball, but Hudson-Odoi decides to dribble the ball out from his own penalty area in the 99th minute of the game. And you could have just put his foot through the ball. Neither of them did. So I can't lie, man. I knew it was coming. If you actually watch the watch along for the last 2 minutes before the goal, I'm literally going, they're going to score. Someone in this Forest team is going to do something stupid because I could literally see it.
Complaining about, by the way, the Forest player is lucky to not get sent off and get a 3-match ban. Look at this.
Yeah.
Fly kick to the head.
It's irrelevant, bro. It's irrelevant. At the end of the day, I think Forest, it's probably their own fault. You know what I mean? Like I say, they should have kept the ball in the corner flag. They should have took a point, and then Hudson-Odoi one, you should have cleared it. So yeah, man, it was a difficult one to take because I genuinely feel if you draw that game, the next 2 matches for Manchester City are different. The way we go into the game is different. The outcome can be different. We can take a point at Anfield this weekend if you draw that game against Forest. Because we draw against Liverpool, beat Arsenal at home. There you go. That's enough. Now we have to beat Liverpool, a place that we've only won twice in 20-odd years, and beat Arsenal. It's fundamentally changed our next 2 games. So, yeah, it's a bit of a madness. And at the end of the day, does it really matter about your performance? No, the 3 points is what matters right now. So, yeah, man, it was a difficult one to take. But it is what it is, isn't it?
Hey, it is what it is. There's something I want to show you, LB. Your worst nightmare. Hi. Hello. Hello, LB.
But guess what? Cancelo's not playing for City against Liverpool, so we're going to be all right.
LB, who's back in training.
Yeah, but no Cancelo. The Cancelo's not here to fuck us up, so it's fine. João Cancelo, man, he's the one that always screws us up when we play Liverpool at Anfield against Salah.
There's no last year putting Cancelo for 5 years worth of goals.
I am going to
have some shame, LB. Actually have some shame. Have some shame.
No.
You cannot scapegoat fucking Cancelo for 6 years worth of goals.
I can, and I will. I can, and I will.
6 years worth of goals, and you're talking about Cancelo. Look at that. Look at
that. Last season, it was his fault. The game where it was 2-2 and Salah scored on the world, it was his fault. Yeah, this guy's constantly
All
made
of the
errors.
goals, it was Cancelo's fault. All of
Every
them.
single goal, every single goal that Salah scored. In fact, not just against City, in his whole career, is João Cancelo's fault. So
It's all Cancelo's fault. I hear it. I hear it. Listen, you have to be shameless. You get me. You have to be shameless. You have to be shameless. It is what it is. You get me. It is what it is. Salah's back, Habibi. Salah's back. I know you cannot sleep at night because Salah's back, but he's here. He's here, brother. Tyler Jones timed me out, and I didn't swear. Sorted. I don't think Tyler Jones timed you out. Like I have trust in Tyler Jones that he's not out here timing out people, and he's a fraud as well. So he never times out women because I know how Tyler Jones moves. You get me? So that's my guy, Tyler. Big up to you, Tyler Jones. So with Liverpool, LB, the infamous LB question that we ask every week. Who are you more worried about, LB? Liverpool or Arsenal?
Fucking hell, man. Liverpool.
I've never seen a bigger flip-flop whole fucking life.
Liverpool, bruh. I gotta say Liverpool, man. They're top of the table. If Arsenal were top of the table, I'd say Arsenal. Bro, there's 11 games left, man. At the end of the day, whoever's at the top of the table, that's who you're more scared about. That's how the game works. Like that it just is what it is. Like Liverpool, not Liverpool, sorry, Arsenal, right? They want to draw. But if anyone has to win, surely they'd want City to win because we're less points in front of them.
Hell no. You know that's not true.
Well,
you know what Arsenal fans have been saying over the last week? Have you seen Igal's shorts and all that shit?
Bro, this guy, Igal, man, this guy. Wow. Yeah.
Have you genuinely heard what he said?
No. What's he said?
Oh my god, I'm actually make you. I'm literally okay. You know what? Let me actually, instead of me just playing the audio, let me just share screen it quickly. Let me just show you what Igal's been frauding the world about. Let me show you. Igal talks football. Let's go. He uploaded a short, blaming the referees for Liverpool Football Club. Let me show you right now. Oh, Igal, you are a fraud, Igal. 1 second. I'm about to share screen. Igal is such a fraud, honestly. Let me know if you can hear the audio, please. 1 second. Let's just.
With this, they can't keep getting away with this. Liverpool literally had the extra time until they had to score. And on top of this, on earth was Nottingham Forest doing? You're absolutely useless. Anthony Elanga, useless. Callum Hudson-Odoi, you don't have two brain cells to keep the ball that late in the game. Also, Konate went down injured. Nottingham Forest kicked the ball out of play. Liverpool then get the ball. They don't give the ball back to Nottingham Forest because it's so late in the game that they just play on and they end up scoring from it. This whole passage of play leading up to a 98 and 40-second goal when it's when there's only 8 minutes added on just goes to tell me that this league is wrapped up for Liverpool. The moment Jurgen Klopp said that he is going to be leaving Liverpool Football Club, they had to corrupt the league to make sure Liverpool. They can't keep getting.
That's what Igal said, basically. Igal has been talking about corruption. You know, the Arsenal fans have been very anti-Liverpool over this last 3-4 days. They've been really mad. They've been really mad at the Nunez goal, to be fair. Like, you know, no one was this angry when Havertz scored against Brentford. No one was this angry when Declan Rice scored against Luton.
Because we're running out of time. It's because we're running out of time, bro. Fans are starting to realise that there's 11 matches to go. And before you know it, we'll be down to 7 and 6. Yeah? Before you know it. So, for the likes of City and Arsenal, who are behind Liverpool and need Liverpool to drop points, because if Liverpool don't drop points, Liverpool will win the league. Yeah? When you get a 99th minute winner, it's difficult to take. But you just have to, you know, you gotta just deal with it, man. It's not easy, but you just gotta deal with it, bro. But honestly, man, like you gotta back it. And this is why actually I say Arsenal not playing Liverpool in these last 11 games is not a good thing.
Thank God.
It's not a good thing, man. Arsenal fans saying, yeah, but you've got to go to Anfield. Good. good because it gives us the opportunity to take points off of Liverpool. And yes, it's a different game, difficult game. Yes, we might lose the football match, but at least we have the opportunity to take points off Liverpool and have the league in our hands, yeah? And it's in our destiny. It's not in Arsenal's hands, man. Liverpool win every game now to the end of the season. Liverpool win the league. Arsenal can't do shit. So I don't actually think it's a good thing. Like, Arsenal needed to play Liverpool again. You know, I mean, I know they just beat them, but they needed to play them again because they need to take points off Liverpool. But hopefully this Sunday we will beat Liverpool. I believe that we will get our third win in the last 20 years at Anfield. I think we'll win the game. But
third win, you're counting the COVID ones. You're so shameless.
Bro,
Empty stadium.
at least we have the opportunity to actually, like, it's in our hands to win this league, man. Do you know what I mean? It's in our hands. We
No, but that's why earlier on I challenged you on the logic of you're saying Liverpool don't need to win. I disagree with that, LB, because you know in a title race you're not going to sit up here and rely on other teams to beat the other teams. Like,
the only reason I say that, yeah, is because Arsenal come to the Etihad in the next game, and we've not lost a game since December 2022 at the Etihad Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no problem with you saying that.
That's the only reason.
Okay, but my logic is I'm a Liverpool fan, right? The reason why for me City is must win is I refuse to rely on another team to hand me a league title.
No. And you are right. You're right. You have the right mentality. Yeah. Because that's how you should go into these games. 100%. But if you do draw, you know, Arsenal still have to come to the Etihad Stadium, where we've not lost a game since December 2022. Do you know what I mean? Beating some mad teams there as well. So, you know, you'd like to think that history would continue, or I certainly would, and City would at least get a point, which means you're back on top of the table again. This is why I think that, like, your mentality is right. I think Liverpool fans, I think City fans, and Arsenal, when they play City, we should all go into these games thinking we need to win the game. Yes. But I think you're the one team that could probably get away with a draw this weekend.
100%. No, I get what you're saying. Like, in a literal sense, yes, it can be afforded. But, you know, the only way it works is if we draw with City and then win the other 10 games. Like, you know, so, like, I would not want to take that risk, because football is not a literal sport, my friend. Football is because also there's another thing LB maybe is not taking into account. There's something that's very strong in football. It's called momentum. And if I beat my direct title rivals, that's fucking momentum right there. You know, you can ask LB about the 6-1 against Man United, how much momentum it helped back in the day, or like it just shifted the momentum, because, you know, United went on to lose it from then on out. So momentum shift is a thing. Anyway, don't want to keep my guy LB for too long. Big up to JJ, Tony, Enigma, LD, Kenneth, Ghost J, Saka's Big Sis, Mina, Herman, and Luan for the super chats. I appreciate you guys. Please do make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. We're 10 likes away from 300. Let's get to 300. And if you're watching this on the replay as well, let's get to 350. So do like the video. We've given you unreal entertainment for an hour and a half. LB's taking an hour and a half of his time, precious time, to come join us. He plays Copenhagen later on today as well. And of course, we have, we have the show with myself and Mo tomorrow, where we're going to absolutely cook the shit out of Mo together, unless he successfully manages to turn us on each other. So before you head out this video, please do slap the like button on your way out. It's LB is in the description. You bunch of frauds. Go and subscribe to It's LB right now, because I'm in his comment section. You get me? A lot of the time, even though he airs my comments sometimes, but it's okay. You get me? I'm gonna make him put up my comments next time. But make sure you guys are subscribing to It's LB. I am on the stream. I appreciate you, Highbury local badgers. You know, been very supportive from the start of the stream. It has been a fantastic show, absolutely incredible show. We're all gonna redirect to Footy Judge Mo. How do we rattle Footy Judge Mo? Everyone, copy paste. Arnautovic, it's time. It's time to trigger the fuck out of Footy Judge Mo. I'm gonna be in his comment section as soon as you're redirected. Copy this comment right here and spam Arnautovic in his chat. I've just copy pasted it, and I am gonna spam the crap out of Arnautovic in his chat right here, right now, all caps, so we can piss off the judge. So subscribe to my brother, It's LB. Thanks so much for joining us, LB. Like the video and subscribe on your way out. And I might actually change my mind and do the Madrid-Leipzig game. It depends. But anyway, stick around, and I'll see you guys in that comment section. Appreciate you, LB. Big up to Northside as well earlier on. His channel is in the description. Subscribe to Northside LDN, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.